Welcome, everyone. We have a bonus live and a special guest that we're going to be tuning in with. Thank you so much for joining us again in the vibes of the Kids Nervous System Reset. It's so nice to see all of the communication that's happening. I'm loving reading the comments on the replays. So if you are catching the replays, please make sure you comment. It's so nice to hear your ahas, your takeaways, and everything that you're getting out of the content.
Hey everyone, really excited to be having a chat with a special guest about creating a new baseline using breathwork. Has anyone here been kind of struck by this? Oh, Evelyn, you're here. Amazing.
Hi.
Hey, Evelyn. It's so nice to meet you.
Really
Do you
nice
know, I saw your share about your story and I was just like, I want to hear everything. Tell me all the details. I loved to see. I was really moved by what you were sharing. So it's so nice to introduce you to the community. Welcome.
It's so nice to be here. I mean, this has been an incredible place to be. So when Sarah reached out, it was an immediate yes.
Thank you. What was happening for you? Like, did you connect with us here? What was happening before?
Oh my goodness. Well, I have a 5-year-old son, and things were hard. At the time he had just turned 5, and I guess I'm sharing for everybody, but I have a background. I have a traumatic childhood background, and I was getting very, very triggered, just all the time. And I just knew that I wasn't the parent that I wanted to be. And I knew so much. I've been in therapy on and off for over 20 years. I've done so many parenting courses. I've read so many books. I knew I didn't want to do what my parents did, but I wasn't really sure what to do instead, And so I filled myself with all this information. But yeah, I've heard both of you share, you had your baby and everything was beautiful. I was like, oh, this is easy, I watched friends struggle, having their newborns, and I was like, I had a hard time getting pregnant, and so I was so grateful for him that I just felt like I'm in heaven. This is it, and things started to get tough as he got older. And I was sort of debating on sharing this because it can be sensitive, but I was pregnant with his brother, and unfortunately he passed away at birth. And so my son was 2.5, and it was a really, really, really challenging time. I was just surviving. And we all know toddlers, this is the time that you're like, okay, set the boundary, set the boundary, set the boundary, and set the boundary. And I didn't have the capacity for it. And unbeknownst to us, he's neurodivergent, and he hadn't been diagnosed yet. That happened some months later. So there was just so many challenges. He was just learning to speak. He was really delayed with his speech, so the communication was difficult. And I was recommended reconnected parenting by a practitioner I was working with.
Oh, I
I
love
was,
that.
yeah. I was working with somebody specifically on my nervous system, and I shared with her my parenting challenges, and she was like, "You've got to check out the Reconnected. I think it will really, really help you." And it took me a little while to kind of be ready.
Yeah.
And I happened to join the Kids Nervous System Reset in March, and I was like, "Oh, they are speaking my language." Like, and the truth is, I don't think I even really understood what the program was, but I, I was telling Sarah, I watched all the videos, like all the testimonials of all the parents, and I was just like, I was kind of obsessed. I was showing them to my husband. I was like, and look at this one and look at that one, and we just kind of dove in. And, we were actually going away on a trip. We were going overseas for a few weeks right when it started. So I didn't actually do the program until after the live portion maybe I'd overlapped a little bit. But the coaches in the community, they were just so there. And, of course, I watched everything and watched all the lives. And it's the first course I've ever completed. I cannot tell you how many courses I have signed up for in my lifetime. I mean, I've done it all. I've done somatic practice. I've done, I've learned polyvagal theory. I learned all about trauma and all of the things. But yeah, I remember I said to my husband, I'm like, I can't wait to get into the next week's content. I was just like, he couldn't believe it. He's watched me, sign up for course after course after course. And he's just like, okay, So.
Wow. And what happened next? Tell us what happened for you when you started So this is March this year, right? So
I'm a newbie. I'm a total newbie.
Yes.
I love that.
Wow.
Yeah, so what really happened for me was, I was so focused on the connected play part. I was so focused on that I don't think I even really tracked that we were gonna be practicing breath work through this course. But when I started doing it, I was like, oh my God, this is just different. I've done rebirthing breath work before, but I recognize now that it was just, maybe it just wasn't the right container or whatever. It was just not, it didn't feel safe for me. Like I was taken to really deep places without maybe the support that I needed. And so I never pursued breath work as an avenue after that, those experiences. But just the style that the both of you teach was just really different. And I couldn't believe how much was changing for me. So it's amazing, actually, when I think about that. It's only been 6 months, seriously. I was doing the practices weekly, and I found myself really wanting to, I really want to do a breathe, So I started to kind of every few days I was doing a breathe, and it just kind of kept building. And I was starting to build this incredible safety in my body. And with my history, that's just not something I'd ever felt. So I had no reference for safety. And I kind of started to understand that I've been relying on others for my safety for my whole life. And this was like, oh, it's not that other people don't affect us, but oh my gosh, it's my responsibility, to create safety in my body. And just like it's my responsibility to create safety for my son, for Nolan, it was like, whoa. And I would say that was like the most important first piece. I don't want to discount all of the work I did and everything I learned and the teachers that I've had, but I feel like the breath work was sort of like the key that unlocked, it gave me the space to start to take everything in. And
what has unlocked for you, Evelyn? Like, what is it kind of supported you to be able to do differently? What's been happening?
So, first of all, it's given me so much space with my son his name is Nolan. It's given me so much space with him, so I can feel. I'm not going to say we don't still have challenges. Like, I'm really looking forward to this coming up around. But it just like I was getting so triggered by him all the time, and I was going into my family patterning, and he was not feeling safe with me. I can tell you that much. He was constantly asking for his dad and constantly just not really. It was really heartbreaking, and all of a sudden it's like he started to want to be around me more. He started to want to be with me more. All of a sudden his need for me just came flooding in, and it was such a deep awareness, like he really needs me. Like I was sitting there in my like really activated place going like it's so hard and he hates me and all the things, even though like with my brain I was like, he's your child and everything, but it's like I really got it. Like he needs me. He needs me for his safety. And I was able to just start I guess feeling like it's like that compassion, starting to feel like, oh my God, he's really having a hard time.
Yeah.
He's really having a hard time.
Yeah.
And all like right now, he's just seen me have a really hard time,
Yeah.
And it really unexpectedly rippled out into the rest of my life. I had a really, really difficult relationship, and not with my partner, but with somebody else in my life. And I had such a hard time setting boundaries, but the breath work really brought in like, it's like the self-compassion piece, first of all. Like it's so much deconditioning. Like so much, my gosh, really, really wild, like how I thought healing was supposed to go and what I thought I had to do. What was it? You had some analogy about a flower blooming. I mean, like I had a hammer to this flower. I was like, you gotta do it. Like, this is how you gotta do it, and it was like, and it's something that I'm still practicing, but I'm so much more aware of it. I can feel it so much more. I'm like, just giving myself that room. And it gave me the safety in my body to set boundaries that I've never been able to set.
It's incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. like
What
major,
difference has that
you know?
made for you, Evelyn? What difference has that made for you, having these boundaries and having this self-compassion and seeing his need, and to 6 months is a short time to really experience such a huge shift from. I think the bit that's hard to communicate is the way that it happens from our bodies out. Like,
Yeah.
how would you put it into words? Especially
Yeah.
being so close to where you might be able to remember, like, didn't really get it.
It's like, let's see, like if we're talking like on a daily basis, I used to wake up and be in anxiety immediately.
Yeah.
Not like 9 out of 10 days, I was waking up in full on anxiety.
Wow.
And now it's like 2 out of 10 days,
Yeah.
or maybe like 1 out of 10 days, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's allowed me to sort of like stay so much more anchored in myself. And it's like the more, and like have so much compassion for myself at how hard I've worked to try to heal myself, and and yeah, what I've been through, how much I've held. I had so much guilt, I had so much guilt with my son, because like my grief process, it was really hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, here's McDonald's, and here's like, I'm gonna take you to school. I mean, it was like I was going through the motions, and he was so anxious, like, are you happy? Are you happy? I mean, it was like I had it was so heartbreaking for me to like look back as I started to come out of that acute grief phase, to look back and be like, he really needed me in a way that I couldn't be there.
Yeah. So big.
Yeah.
It really is so big. And it sounds to me like you're experiencing now the repair from that time. You said he's like coming to you, that you're seeing the shifts. Like, I just think, I don't know, but I reckon it could be maybe the hardest thing is to face the feeling of not being the parent that you want to be, even if you can see how understandable it was, even if you can look back and be like, fair, those circumstances are understandable, but that your experience in life has overflowed to your kids. It's a big thing to face. But the thing is, when we do, everything starts to come back together. Like, we start to get to the other side with it. If we can never really go there, then we never really get where we want to be,
Yeah.
Yeah, and I probably skipped an important piece, which is that in this like lack of capacity, my yeller came out majorly. Like I came from a violent childhood, a violent household, and swore I would never make my children feel this way, and here I was I mean, I wasn't, I never, physically harmed my child, but the amount of rage that came out of me was like
confronting, isn't
totally
it?
overwhelming.
It's real.
And then that feeling afterwards of just like, oh my God, like, what did I do? And, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. It's
Yeah.
huge. And you know what? It's actually so relatable. I mean, like the feeling of being mean to your own children. You would never think that you would get to that place, but the reality is that parents, like, we do have experiences that fully bring us to our knees with our kids, you know.
Yeah.
And whether it's life circumstances or whether it's our own stuff being triggered or whether they themselves have something tricky happening for them, you know, whatever it might be, there's nothing more distressing than when we, you know, cross our own boundaries, our own promises, our own, like, the things that we swore we'd never do. I mean, we've kind of violated a commitment we made to our own self, you know.
Yeah. Especially when we don't live up to that ethical parent that we swore we were going to be after we read all the gentle parenting books and saw all the memes and the white linen parents, and we're like, we're going to be able to do it differently. And yeah, it can be soul crushing when you experience.
Can you help me to understand something? Because one thing I've noticed is that sometimes parents, when this information, when the kid's nervous system reset, like, comes to them, and they feel mostly shame or guilt, or that, you know, that those hard feelings that are there when we haven't been the parent we want to be. How did you make the choice to then go on and do the work? Because we see a lot of people who show up for the program and participate like 1 or 2 sessions, and then I'm just curious. I get so curious about the people who do go on to create real change in relatively short periods of time. Like, what is it about you?
I definitely think there was an element of readiness. I mean, I remember, like, when we signed up, you know, because we were like, can we do it? You know, is this and my husband was like, I think we should do it. And I remember we were overseas, you know, and I was like writing out in my journal my intentions for our family, you know. And he was like, what are you doing? You know, we're like away and everything. And I'm like, I can't really do everything yet, but I'm just kind of like thinking about all of this. And so I think there was a lot of different elements. There was readiness. There was like me actually experiencing the breath work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then there was the support piece for sure. So, I mean, I kind of felt like I missed the boat a little bit, you know, like, I think I probably started really with the first week's content, maybe week 5 or week 6, something like that. Oh boy, when I got to week 4, I was like, man, I really wish there was a live. I could like ask questions and everything. But it's funny, like, I remember, like, I got into this whole long, like, back and forth with Belle, one of the amazing, amazing coaches. And it's like, I realized, I just came to the realization, like, oh my God, I like want her to give me the answer, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I really like want her to like solve this for me and tell me how to do it. Cause I was like, I think I even tagged the both of you in my shares, like, can you help me? You know? And I think that's what it is too. It's like this program really sort of very, very gently and very, very lovingly kind of asks you to, you know, find the answers within yourself. very, very gently
Yeah.
and very, very kindly asks you to kind of like be a grown-up, you know? um, and I loved that. It was like, because I spent a lot of my life giving away my power, you know, giving away
Yeah.
my, and needing to be saved, really wanting to be saved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fair. Which totally fair, given everything that you'd been through, and that at some time in your life it would have been a genuine need, authentic, genuine need as a child to be taken out of a
Yeah.
situation and to have it just removed or fixed for you. I mean, totally valid to need and want that. And how powerful to unwind it into a place where you shared before, you realized I have to did you say I have to show up? Or no, you didn't quite say those words, but earlier in the conversation you said something about the breath work supporting you to realize that you needed to do it somehow.
Yeah, oh, it was like, it was that I had this awareness in a breathe that my safety was my responsibility.
Ability, that's it. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you are an adult now and you can give that to yourself, and only you can
Yeah.
give it to yourself now. That's
Right.
the irony of it all. Yes. Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
So incredible. I cannot believe
Epic first
started
steps,
in March.
I'd say epic first steps. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it feels like, you know, it feels like I've been here forever. I mean, yes and no. Like I'm obviously still at a certain place in my journey with all of this, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's definitely a place where you feel really
Yeah.
held, you know.
Well, then, you know what, Evelyn? You know, I could talk forever. I'm curious what you would say to someone who was like on the fence about whether it's worth showing up for the breathwork session this evening.
Oh my God, do it.
Yes.
Do it. Just do it. Do it messy and do it with, you know, I'll never forget a story you told about somebody by the end, like had their child sitting on them, you know, with their diaper in their face, you know, and it's like, yeah, it has like, you know, I said it on my other share, but like, and I really don't speak in hyperbole. I don't. But this program has changed my life. Like 100%. 100%. And I came into this with, yes, I did that. I've had the therapy and things, and I did the breath work, but that was like 20 years ago, you know. I did not know what to expect. And it was just, I practice daily now, almost daily.
Wow. Yes, I'm obsessed. It's such an easy habit to make, isn't it? Because you just fall in love with it and you're just like, oh my God, I can't wait to get into
I'm
that.
like, oh, I've got 20 minutes, you know?
Yes, fully.
Yeah.
And it's like the top priority. I remember for me when my kids were little, I was like, oh, there's a minute, quick, breath work. It would just be like, yeah, I'm not going to do anything else. I'm not going to wash the dishes. I'm not going to pick up toys. I'm not going to, I'm going to look after my nervous system. And also, I don't know, but once I started seeing the overflow effect in my life, I was fascinated and also hooked by creating positive change. Like that I could just do this and create a positive change for myself so quickly. Then I'd come out of the session just like, oh, what will have shifted now? You know?
Yeah. I mean, truly. I mean, I've definitely like struggled over the time, like, am I setting the right intentions? Is it too big? Is it too much? But even all of that has been such a learning. You know, I'll often have a session where I'll just forget what happened. Like, I know all this stuff happened, you know, and I'll forget. And I just have to like say, I actually say out loud if that happens, like, I trust this process. I trust my body, you know.
That is so beautiful.
Like, I kind of wish I had, I breathed before this because I feel really nervous. But
I
I hope it's not
appreciate
showing.
it's so huge. Like, really, it is. It's huge to come on camera and to share your story. And I want to say, like, it really jumped out to me that one thing that made a difference to you was hearing other people's shares. And I want to say, like, it's really moving to just feel your willingness to be able to show up and just share, because it's not comfortable or easy necessarily to like be vulnerable about our process, but it's incredibly generous, you know, because
Well,
some people, they're like listening to Emma and I, and they're like, yeah, I mean, I'm getting it, but I'm not really, I don't know, like, I'm kind of getting it. And it will be the way that someone describes, you know, their experience with the work here, that is the thing that makes the difference, you know.
yeah, it really did for me. And I remember, like, because my son is he's autistic, you know, like level 1, like very, you know, but still I knew that it was gonna create, like, believe me, he knows when I'm reflecting. He's like, Mom, are you doing connected play? You know, like, he gets
Get out of here.
Yeah. But it helped to see such a range of, you know, a range of stories, like so many different families with so many different circumstances, and that really did help me.
Wow, yeah.
So that's also why I was so willing to do this, you know, because I'm like,
oh,
yeah.
I'd love to hear a little bit about the overflow, like, how has it benefited Nolan since you've been doing the breath work and the connected play? I talked a little bit today about the ripple effect that we can see, whether we're doing connected play or not. And then connected play is like the fuel to the fire, you know, once we find a way that works. But, you know, I'm curious how things have been for you.
So we did take a break with the connected play because he was, honestly, I couldn't hold his aggressive play.
Sure, yeah.
I was getting very triggered, and I wasn't sure quite what, you know, I didn't feel like comfortable the way I was setting boundaries. And plus my reflecting is still very rudimentary. And he was really like, don't talk like that, you know, like you say, and all the things like that.
They can be tricky.
Like yeah.
Certain kids can be a bit tricky at times.
Yeah. But it was interesting because I like consciously took a break from it. Like, he was being resistant, but a few times over the summer he asked me, Mama, let's do connected play. And I just like, okay, let's do it, you know? So I thought that was really interesting. It let me know, that even though he was resisting, there was something in it for him. Like, there was something, he was getting something he needed from it.
I've seen it time and time again. It's the same readiness. We don't always know what needs to shift, but as the parent, if we keep going with doing our own practice and keep going with the breath work, at some point we will have had the internal shift that gives us the inside space to support them with their next step, and it will come. It will come. It can only come, you know?
Yeah. I've
It's
definitely
really required to notice, like, a part of safety and boundaries is knowing yes, no, you know? So it's like, sometimes when people come to connected play, it can feel like it's going to be a lot. But I always say, no, it's something that you do for a period of time, and then you can take a break. I don't know if you've heard us talk about this. Like, you don't have to do it forever. It's actually like intensives. You know, work on something to a certain point, and then it might be time for a play break. You know, and these things are really, really like really beneficial, but also just match and track like the change that we're navigating to. Yeah. There's a wisdom always.
Yeah, I felt that I needed to create some more space. So I continued, breathing. And now I'm like ready. I replaced some toys. I'm like ready, So yeah.
Incredible. Wow. I'm just gonna check my messages and see what's happening for Emma.
Yeah.
But I haven't got one, so I assume she's actually having a complete challenge and a complete tech challenge. But funny jokes on us that it actually means I can't end the live.
So
just so you know.
We'll be here all night.
Okay, cool. Oh, she's here. Okay, cool. Oh, she's great. Okay, awesome. But regardless, I really would love to give you the space to share anything that you feel like you would like to say to the people in the room. They're all where you were 6 short months ago. Yeah.
I get how big of a decision it can feel like. It feels like a commitment on many different levels. Obviously I can only speak for myself, but this was it for me. I'm fully in, and while I have more unwinding to do, right? It has given me so much hope for our relationship going forward. And it's helped me to see what's possible. It's helped me to, I just knew I could see in the distance the parent that I wanted to be, and I just was trying all these ways of getting there. And even if I'm not there right now, now I see the way there, and it's like there's no price tag for that. There's no, exchange for that. It's like we're all here because we love our kids, we love our children, and we want to be connected, and there's so much. I can't tell you how many times I re-listen to replays and things like that, and I just keep hearing things and feeling things on a deeper level, and yeah, this community is incredible. Every single coach, every single parent, the non-parents, like I said, there's just everybody here is just so completely supportive.
Yeah, phenomenal.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, I know it so is. So to everyone who's joined us to this point and felt like that you might be tracking along with the information, and in our next session we're taking it into our bodies and actually going to be connecting with breathwork. Any words on that leap? Because I loved how you said you'd been you had a lot of information for years and years.
Yeah, it's I could have probably taught a whole master class on trauma and polyvagal, all the things, but my body experience, it's, I'll say there's one thing I want to say. I think I can almost say, like, at this point, like, the biggest gift is, I don't want to use any of these like words that we always use, but like there's being able to be like the actual practice of the breath work, of staying with what's happening. It is filtered through in so many ways, because in the bigger picture, I could see how much I've wanted things to be different in every moment. So that in breathwork practice of just staying with what's coming up, staying with what's happening, it's like a living meditation. I don't know how to explain it any other way. It's created an awareness for me, and with that comes like, oh, like, it's okay that I'm here. It's okay that this is what's happening now. It's okay that I'm here and I'm not there.
Yep.
Paradigm shift.
Paradigm shift. It sure is. My gosh, you did an amazing job putting like something that can be sometimes intangible into like really powerful words, Evelyn. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I wouldn't be here without all of the energy and people who feel resonant to be doing this work. So I'm very, very grateful. And let's do an emoji pause for Evelyn in the chat. Hey, I can see so much resonance. I don't know if you've been able to track the chat, but there is inspiration in this thread and lots of thanks and gratitude.
I was so nervous, everyone, that I couldn't look at the chat.
Yeah, I was thinking you might be like, block that out.
Yeah. It's good advice.
Lots of love for you in there. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Sending so much love. We're going to see you in the Kids Nervous System Reset. Might even see you in the Breathe. Let's see. Might be catching up on some sleep then, but maybe the replay. Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's in like 5. Yeah. It's the middle of the night for me, but definitely at least the replay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Evelyn. Sending you such a big hug. So much love. Thank you for coming on and sharing. Yeah.
Thank you. Grateful for all of you.
Yeah, and let's do some breath work. Bye, everyone.